Oh yes, this is the match of the tournament. The San Francisco Shock, the undefeated Shock, versus the LA Gladiators, who I feel like could have been undefeated, and then they had that, you know...
San Francisco Shock grab the first cap here.
Oh, the sleeve just barely missing. What a quick reaction from Proper. Shu under fire, and he's getting some backup from Funny Astro, but it's too little too late. But Funny Astro is still...
Grenade of Shu, but still a... Oh, that's a big steal. Funny Astro from the sky.
Yeah, you nanoed Ryder, who punched in, but the barrier landed just in time for Violet to keep his team up with the Biotic Grenade. Stopped all those resources going to Kaluj, but not before he traded with the resource giver of Shu. Ryder in trouble. The Shock on the point. Finn exposed in the middle of the map. Tries to help out his teammate, but the Shock haven't won a fight since the beginning. But Shock finally flipped over the point. Proper is going to the back with a pulse bomb. Kester has already found success. Proper has not, but maybe he made it off the sound barrier from Funny Astro prematurely, as Ryder was not a beneficiary to this. And Gladiators don't really have a leg to stand on at this point, but it seems like the kills that the DPS have been putting forward is enough for Gladiators to stand tall. It is 4-on-2, and Shock can't touch. 100 to 34. Lands on Shu, and Proper hunts down his prey. What a move from Funny Astro! Finn has been traded. Now you make this winnable if you're the Gladiators, and it will come down to the DPS as the tanks fell after that. Kilo and Proper with the headshot. I love the new UI as well too.
Pulse bomb.
Oh, Shu and Funny Astro are dead though, and Patafin was able to heal himself up, but a bio grenade from Finn hits Reiner. 2 immediately fall for the Gladiators as 99% ensues. Shock have recaptured, and they have defeated the Gladiators. Shields have gone down, and map 1 about to go to the Shock as we decide this on map 3. And Violet repositioned to help out Kaluj. And Soundbeer is dropped at the perfect time. Kaluj still lives. The visor unleashed. Shu is hunted down. And there's a trade going down as well. 3 fall for the Shock. And despite only losing Shu, the Gladiators seem fine.
Oh, public enemy number 1 at the moment. Kevster here showing off exactly what a veteran can do. It's a big stick, but a nano give it over now. On to Kevster, trying to be the tracer difference. It was seen, but Kilo has now got auto aim. Doesn't matter while you're sprinting. Can't fire a heavy pulse rifle, Lemon, and Gladiators are going to take Oasis. We framed this.
The point. So now we go into fight number 2. The Gladiators hoping to displace the Shock. A pulse from Proper. So close, but no stick. Kevster's ready with his. Shock are hiding. The dodge on the pulse. Good speed from Violet. Finn delivers now the nano to Kaluj, and Shu and Funny Astro are dead. What a biotic grenade from Finn once again. Shock not out of the woods yet, though. It is a 3v1 or something like that, so should be the point for the Shock. Pressuring down, Kilo receives a nano from Finn. Is it enough damage? It is. Ryder down before he could use the primal. You see the frustration on his face. Shu can't dodge this. Funny Astro skates away. Kilo chose the wrong door. His supports will lead him to victory, and the Shock can break through it out of their spot. That was the tactical visor, but there's a re-engage from the defense just in time. Forces out the sounder from Violet. That was Kevster throwing out the pulse bomb. Kilo trying to cap this as fast as possible, and so they do. The Shock now have 3 minutes for point C. Shock can't reset at this point. Patafan needs to become a target. He has the tactical visor, no nano, and you don't even need it. But the bubble was not bursted. Shock protected themselves for now. It's a 3-on-4 as the Gladiators spawn, keep them reinforced, and the sound bear from Funny Astro. And Funny Astro even got nanoed, but anyway, it'll be enough to keep the defense alive.
I'm never sure if the second as they figure out how to make the next engagement. It's Kaluj jumping in, Proper with a nano visor.
Proper's in the backline with a gun. Oh, you're toast. That's a 3K, immediately making a 4K. The Shock stand tall on the bridge. Against Kaluj, Shu climbs up, and Nano's Patafan, tactical visor unleashed. The sound barrier too, a huge investment from the Gladiators as Violet tried to protect the team with the sound barrier. It's too late. Patafan, it's his turn for the 4K, and the Gladiators are on the cart, and got so much push. Gladiators are out of ults unless Ryder can survive long enough for the primal ring. Rage, and it might be the case. 2 fall for the Shock. A 5 versus 3. Finn needs to stay alive. He's closest to Nano, and Proper will be depending on him as the win con for the Shock. A great sleep hits Reiner, but he is woke, and the defense asleep. The close them to someone like Kilo. Kilo's hanging around on the left side. Patafan almost got picked from a bio grenade from Finn at long range. Now the Shock. What a stick! Kevster finds Finn. Limited heals now for the Shock, but you can rely on Violet. Got to group up around the rally as Patafan. He has the nano, he has the visor, and he has the kills. Already 2 and now 3 gone. Gladiators will stabilize.
The disengage was clean. Speaking of engages, it's going to be Reiner straight into the midst of the Gladiators, backed up by the barrier.
Oh, Soundbear engage, and Kevster, he's feeling himself. 3K slicing and dicing. Finally, the 3-to-1 trade happens, but the Shock are down for the count, and 30 seconds remain. With the heals, Violet presents himself to Patafan, who takes him down. The overtime wick still burns for the Shock, as it's 4v4, but Gladiators have the closer respawns, and Shock can't seem to put a dent into the ironclad defense of the Gladiators.
Kilo arrived on the Widowmaker, but I think they're actually getting spawned.
Bob on the cart to contest. The Gladiators are on the right side. They've nano Patafan, but he doesn't want to be in hug distance from Kalush. Do you understand the social distance regulations happening right now? And the rally's been invested from the Shock. And Reiner's against the wall. He can contest with a Primal Rage and decides not to. Now the nano from Patafan. You got to go big here while the monkey is asleep and has found Finn's hiding spot. And through the nano, through the fire and the flames, Patafan still goes on, and the Gladiators now can carry this momentum split. Bob has slept, but he is awake. Gladiators on the card. Patafan gets dove on by Kalush, as Violet will assist with the overhealth of the rally. And Gladiators immediately reset. They don't want to waste any more time, but they got a couple more seconds. Someone has to touch. And is anyone there from the Gladiators? There's not. So the Shock will take the map. Misses. Good dodge from the Shock. Sound barrier available, and the nano boots for both teams. A shoe that gives it to Patafan. The tactical visor and the safety of the bubble from Kalush. But Violet with the well-timed sound barrier keeps Shock alive as Finn and Kilo hope to fire back with the tactical visor and the nano boost combination. And the Gladiators failed to destruct the shrub proper. Yoink. But man,
don't mind if I do.
Great bubble though from Kalush too to keep the bot nice and safe. He got a 2-on-2 on the car. Primal Rage from Kalush, hoping to nail down someone against the wall as Reiner thinks this is winnable. He uses his Primal Rage too. Spawns are closer for the Gladiators. Patafan could come back with a tactical visor if they feel they need the investment.
Moves faster when you've got more people on it. Proper looking for a pulse round the back. Shoes being seen.
Oh, that's a massive pick on the Finn, but you trade Anna's. Things are equalized. The Shock much healthier throughout this fight unless Kalush gets traded, and he doesn't want to have to use 87 meters to 37. The Shock about to force the game 5, and Gladiators are nowhere to be seen. You spoke it into existence. Get your brooms ready. We're going to game 5.
There won't be a damage boost, there won't be a nano, no supercharger or anything like that. However, you are going to be dealt with by a Primal Rage or a sound barrier.
There's a stick onto somebody. At least Finn gets the fade away, but Sam and Violet dead in the doom. And this is not a fight that Shock want to take whatsoever. They're full of ults. We'll see if there's better luck this time around, and Kalush dead on arrival. Gladiators bubble still alive there from Reiner. Their supports are nice and safe, and that means Kevster gets to come alive into the back line of the Shock, who are wiped away as the Gladiators will capture first. Kalush taking the attention. Sam dives into the back line as soon as Reiner dives and cuts through Shoe. Buddy Astro down, no heals for the Gladiators, and a tactical visor from Patafan failed to make any wins. Reiner is next. He jumps in. You have Shoe coming back as the Moira, but the blade from Sam will cut down the chances of the Gladiators sustaining through this without Shoe and Buddy Astro involved. Overtime goes away, and Shock will force round 3. Oh, the Shock, hoping to reap what they sow. The Coalescence to pressure the Gladiators back. The sound barrier used to counter the death blast of duplicate of Sam. He heads back, 99% for the Shock, and they win it here. It won't be it. Proper, the dent has been made. The Gladiators fall. It's not shields up, it's brooms up.
And that is a mastery of tactics and continuum of play from